See, when you say construction, it's not only you're standing on the ground. 80-90% of the work, it is in the office also. If I'm talking only about the construction, we have QS, planning, costing and budgeting, everything we can manage.
For boys, we are taught to be brave. For women, to be perfect. And when women are working towards this need to be perfect, we speak less. We want to push ourselves less because we don't want to be coming across as pushy, right?
The challenge that I see is that we don't talk enough, or there's a stigma. While I completely believe in not using being a woman as, an ace up the sleeve, I need to go, my kid is waiting, or I can't do something because of some responsibility at home. I think making it very normal for everyone to talk about it. So it doesn't matter. It could be a man who needs to go home to pick up the son, because
I think what really one step before that would be normalizing discussions around the life cycle for a woman, the responsibilities at home for both men and women, single parents.
What I feel is when women begin their careers, they are as ambitious as men, right? Whether in terms of holding leadership positions or getting promoted. What happens thereafter, it's totally dependent on the environment that they thrive in or the organization culture.
But then there has always been a resistance in your at home, back at home, or as well as at the workplace, wherein certain things you can't do, certain things you will not be fitting in there and things like that, which should not be the case, because we are losing out on fantastic ideas and diversification into what women can bring on the table.
You should make a way to find it. You cannot say, I cannot do that. I will find a way that how do I can do that. So this will make sure that more women can come into the forefront and work around with and become successful.
Just to meet the numbers of in terms of diversity, when you said that it's not about numbers, it's about also the share of voice. Just one level below let's say there's a department, the heads are all men, and the one level below are all women. So when you're trying to justify the men and women ratio in an organization, it looks fairly good on paper, but the share of voice is negligible.
When you take a break, either could be an emergency in the family or maternity. On one side, the opportunities that are available to rejoin the industry are very limited at that point of time. On the other hand, I feel there is a sense of, low on confidence levels. So to address these issues, I feel that is where mentorship programs, upskilling programs become very important.
One of the key things that I personally feel very close to workplace is lack of mentorship and lack of leadership in the workplace for women to follow, especially in the construction industry.
We spoke about merit, but the thing about merit is, we start questioning access. Did they even begin at the same points? How many people actually had access to these things? How many people had access to great companies, information, mentorship, etc.? So can we make this a little more mainstream?
We talked about, which is there is no better way to promote a certain action than by allowing people to watch it, to see it. So we emulate by watching others. And the best way to promote more women in the industry is to make the rest of them more visible. When I know there are 10 others like me, I get more encouragement.